Joining us now from North Brunswick, New Jersey is comedian, author, and breast cancer survivor Diane Uniman. She used humor to cope with her diagnosis, and she's now using it to help others. Welcome to In Focus, Texas, Diane.
Thank you very much. It's a joy to be here.
It is a pleasure to have you on the show. And first, let's talk about that diagnosis.
Yes.
When did you receive it, and what was going through your mind?
That's a great question. That's the seminal question about in my book. I received it in January of 2016. And going through my mind, well, I actually have something funny about that.
Okay.
And I will reveal it's kind of a secret, but it's in my book. I guess it's not a secret. I am a very positive person. I kind of have a sunshiny personality. And when this all went down, I said to myself, am I going to still be positive? I mean, will the who I am completely disappear? And that was very frightening to me. And that's what I realized when I first thought about what I was thinking. But when I really thought about and remembered my first thought, it was, what's all this stress going to do to my face?
Well, that's something to think about. And when you get a diagnosis like that, all sorts of things go through your mind. And I can really relate to you thinking, will I be myself? Will I still be that positive, fun, energetic person? And it's interesting that you've used that part of yourself, humor. You used it in your book, Bonjour Breast Cancer. I'm still smiling. It's like a gotcha to the diagnosis, right? So how have you been able to maintain a sense of humor and positivity throughout your journey?
So, well, I always like to tell people that you give yourself the grace of time to think inside, because all of us have deep wisdom, and to think, how am I going to deal with these things? And I gave myself the grace of time. And then I heard like that deep, still voice that said, if I let cancer steal my joy, then I've died while I'm still alive. And I did not want to die while I'm still alive, because then what's the point? And that one big thought, along with other strategies, has really sustained me throughout the journey.
That is powerful, right? Not to allow a diagnosis or a disappointment or anything to kill your spirit, kill your energy, kill your vibe. And you're a fun-loving person. We can already tell that. You've got this pen name, Princess Diane von Brain is Fried. What's up with that name?
Well, if you really want to know,
I do.
One day I was rummaging through my father's side of the closet, and I saw a royal coat of arms, but I assure you, I get the legs from my mother's side. So I'm a newbie princess.
Yes, you're a princess.
And actually, when I started blogging a long time ago, way before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I thought it would be fun to have kind of an alter personality that was fun and, sexy and pretty as a character. So I chose Princess, and I loved the double entendre of brain is fried, which it is.
Okay. I get it. And we're looking at some video of you here. You also do a lot of motivational speaking, giving time and energy to help others who might be going through a similar situation. Why is it so important? You could be focused all on yourself, but you decide to give to your community and do motivational speaking and help others.
Very powerful question, and the answer is important for everyone to know. When a person can find meaning in a very traumatic event, it is absolutely one of the best ways to cope. And there's a great famous book out about this with Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. I'm not the originator of that, but I absolutely found it to be true. So by imbuing meaning in this journey, it's a really great way to help yourself through it. And there's a lot of other ways to find meaning. For example, one big way that I find meaning is I feel I'm modeling for my kids how to handle a traumatic event, because, you don't go through life without things hitting you. Yeah. So to me, just even for that reason alone. And the other interesting thing is that when we go through things like that, we find the edges of our resilience. And for me, resilience is really where I find optimism, because we don't necessarily always have an optimistic outcome. We can pray for it, we can hope for it, and we should hope for it, but we don't always get one. So then you could be left with, well, then what do I do? Well, if you know you're resilient and you can handle it, that's a big factor for optimism.
Diane, I'm inspired. You are a motivation. You are quite inspiring with how you've handled your diagnosis, how you're managing your journey, how you're giving of yourself to others. Viktor Frankl, that's coming from existential therapy and psychology, finding meaning in life. And it's a great reminder that no matter what you're going through, whatever you're hit with, that it's important to be resilient. And so some wonderful, wonderful tools that you are employing, that you are sharing with our audience. And we are so grateful for that, and so grateful that you're on In Focus Texas, and you look fantastic. So more positivity. It's working, Diane. Thanks for being on In Focus Texas.
Thank you so much.